Austin has come to talk to Big Brother.
How's your evening been so far, Austin?
Oh, the evening's been great. Farrah came in, slit to her pussy, which is what I figured she would do. Tits came down the stairs. She came about 10 seconds later, and I didn't know anybody personally coming into the house. But I have seen Farrah on television, and I was very, very disgusted with her behavior. And just from what I've seen in the last 45 minutes, she's trying to be the star of the show. So I've been very honest to everybody. When she came in, I stood up, but then I immediately sat back down with a scowl on my face. I didn't say hello to her. So, I don't want people to be like, oh, he's a fake bitch. Ew. From the jump, you can't be a knob. And I'm going to be pleasant for the remainder of the evening, but when she wakes up with no makeup on and her eyelashes have fallen off and her hair extension glue has come unstuck, I figure that she's going to be a bit nasty. So she's just an annoyance, a botherance. She is like a tick on a Labrador.
Austin is talking to Big Brother about James.
He's such a little salad boy. He's got his tan going on, and he's got the hair going on, and the moisturizers and the creams, and he's a Yorkshireman. And then I find out he's a Yorkshireman. And I just thought, bloody hell. That's not what a Yorkshireman's supposed to act like, but good on him. He owns it. He's very comfortable with himself, and I respect that. And to be comfortable enough to say, right, mate, we can share a bed. He hasn't said anything like, don't try any funny stuff, blah, blah, blah. I think he knows I would never do that. I've got much more respect. Like every aspect of James I like. He's a really cool dude. That's definitely my best mate in the house.
Earlier, Farrah made digs toward James and Austin's relationship. Shortly after, the house erupted into chaos. Austin has been called to the diary room.
She has proper wound me up. She's so annoyed with everything, every single thing that has happened in this house, she's annoyed about it. And she does that fake ass smile with those fake ass teeth. She's just a nasty person. And I knew this was coming. This is who she is. She went on television when she was 16 years old, and that's when her mind stopped growing. Because she had money, she had success, she had fame. Her sitting here talking about opening restaurants and doing this, and I've got a concept. That bitch hasn't been in that kitchen one time and cooked anything except a bowl of cereal. And then apparently she says she's the queen of reality TV. Bitch, everybody hates you in America. She's just a stupid... Ah!
Austin has come to talk to Big Brother.
When Bobby asked me, mate, can you go clean the bath? I said, yeah, of course I will, but, Gail did say that she wanted to do it tomorrow. And Janice heard the very tail end of that. Gail, clean the bath. And she turned around and said, don't you fucking make that young girl do that. Don't you fucking dare do that. And I said, Janice, you've had this girl running around ragged all day doing stuff for you. She's cleaned for you, made several cups of tea. I can't name one housemate who I haven't seen running around for Janice to do something. So I followed her back into the bedroom and I said, listen, you're not going to speak to me this way because you're 65 years old and I'm 27. I'm not having that, right? She turned around, said, fuck you, and spit right in my face. But when someone spits in your face like you are dog shit on the bottom of their shoe, that's unforgivable. Janice is not the queen of this fucking house. She might be the queen of reality TV in her own mind, but she's not the queen of this house. She broke the rules, the consequences need to be taken, and they need to be taken swiftly.
Austin?
Yes.
Accusations of spitting are taken very seriously. Big Brother will always review any incident and then take appropriate action.
Thank you.
Morning, Austin. How are you?
I was good for about 9 seconds, so I walked to the window.
Have you spoken to Janice this morning?
Yep. She spoke to me this morning. I didn't really feel like speaking with her. So, no, we didn't really have a dialogue. She had a monologue.
Austin, Big Brother has spoken to Janice about last night. Big Brother has reviewed the footage and can confirm that Janice did not spit in your face.
Actually, unlock the door.
Austin?
So I go unlock the door so I can spit in her face.
Austin, Big Brother would not recommend that. Big Brother needs you to sit down. Austin, Big Brother does need to remind you of the rules regarding unacceptable behaviour.
Please remind me. Please
This does
remind me.
include threats of violence towards another housemate. This would include threatening to spit at somebody.
Can I go brush my teeth?
It's nomination time.
Austin, could you give the name of your first nomination?
My first nomination is Farrah Abraham. I haven't seen any depth to her. I haven't seen anything other than her doing her makeup for 4 hours a day. And the interactions have obviously been unpleasant, and I wish to no longer spend any time with her. I feel like she's brought nothing to the house except a lot of plastic that is concealed inside her body. She's being a sarcastic little bitch, and I just want her out of here.
Austin, could you give the name of your second nomination?
My second nomination is Janice Dickinson. Since Janice walked into this house, I don't think she's done much more than pick up her own toothbrush to wipe her teeth and picked up some bog roll to wipe her ass. Everyone's tiptoeing around her. Everyone is extremely uncomfortable. I get nothing, no pleasure or no joy from her. And that's why I vote to nominate Janice Dickinson.
Austin is speaking to Big Brother about the task.
I'm loving I love scheming and conniving, and not in real life, but in this situation and in this house, let's crack on. I have to pretend to do this, and I have to pretend to look at James' ass, and I have to pretend that I'm, turned on by him and this whole thing, and it's all an act.
Last night, Austin and Janice fought over the bath, again.
Austin is in the diary room talking about his argument with Janice.
It was a thunder shitstorm last night with Janice and I, riled everybody up, and now everyone's just kind of recovering from it. We're in an emotional hangover, as I like to say. I'm surprised that no one else has gotten to the breaking point where I've been, because it's just constant. Minute after minute, there's something going on with her. But do I think Janice is leaving tonight? No, I don't think so. I think Farrah is leaving tonight. And that will be good, because there's a lot of people who can't even stand to cast their eyes on her. But if it is Janice, I'll be very relieved, because I don't even like to be in the same room with her.
Last night, Janice, Chloe, Jasmine, and James broke Big Brother rules by discussing nominations. Today the house was punished as a result.
Austin is in the diary room talking about Janice.
She's kind of a moot point now, meaning she doesn't really exist for me. I mean, she's just a fart in the wind as far as I'm concerned. It's a horrible thing to say, I suppose, but you know what? She's made her bed. She's got a lie in it. She's been pretty nasty towards everyone. She's toxic. She's Chernobyl. She doesn't have any respect for anybody. And I've never met somebody that I can look in the eye and they can look me back and you can tell automatically they don't give a shit. No matter what's said, no matter how people are. The woman's in her 60s, though. It's not going to change. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. And she is an old hound.
Austin is talking to Big Brother.
Gail is such an amazing, strong woman. And if I can do this for 2 weeks to shave my head for her, or 3 weeks or 3 days, however long I'm here, to hear her say things like, my hair is so important to me, I don't give a shit. And if this little bit helps her get through the next couple of weeks, next couple of days, however long she's here, I'm happy I could do that for her. And I just thought, if I can give you some little piece of me to say, Gail, baby, I know what you're going through. And I don't know what she's going through, because this is going to grow back. And my husband's going to love me when I walk out of this house. And her boyfriend's going to love her when she walks out of this house, but surrounded by so much superficiality. You know, everyone sets the makeup counter for 3 hours. I feel the solidarity with Team UK because they were the ones that were out there. And they were the ones who, you know, were talking to Gail, and I don't want to bash, you know, the USA team, but at the end of the day, it shouldn't be about just who's on your team. Yes, we're competitors. Yes, we're going head to head in this challenge. But at the end of the day, we're all people, and it seems to me that Team USA is just kind of looking out for themselves. I haven't had a moment like this with any of my US teammates. Scoop's loud. Farrah's just a fucking bitch. And Jenna, you know, she's a great girl, but she just is a bit standoffish. She doesn't really let a lot of people into her life, into her personal life, what's going on. My heart is there. My heart is with the Brits.
Today is the birthday of Austin's late brother. Austin has come to talk to Big Brother.
Hello, Austin.
Hi.
You okay?
No. I just need to go somewhere quiet for a minute.
Take as long as you need.
He would have been 30 today. And he was such a good guy. You hope that life will be good and calm and peaceful, and when it's time to go, it's time to go, but it just wasn't his time to go. And I see people, you know, crying over not being able to pick up a telephone and talk to their friend or their partner, and understandably so. Yeah, our emotions are heightened, our senses are heightened in here, but I'll never get that phone call from him.
Austin has come to the diary room.
It's interesting because the last time there was a rule break, Jenna and Farrah were pissed. And tonight, she thought it was false and made up, and nobody got on him about it. When the tables get turned, they don't seem to understand where the other people were in this process and say, you know what, now that I've been through it, I get it. And I'm sorry for doing the things that I did. I haven't heard that from them. Had it been my name that was said, I probably would have had a problem with it. Because it was Janice and I heard it in the context in which it was used, I just think that her intent was to say, you know, we would be a stronger Team USA without Janice Dickinson. Austin, Jenna, and Farrah, you know, I think that I've got the brawn, Jenna has the brains, Farrah's got the tits, I guess you could say. The pair of them together are like a dynamic duo. Janice hasn't contributed anything to our success. She does nothing. So fat just being a complete waste of space, a complete waste of perfectly good oxygen, if I'm honest.
Since Janice was the only housemate to quit the task early, she was given the sole responsibility of destroying one housemate's letter from home. She chose Austin.
Austin is talking to Big Brother.
It's just ironic that the one person who's carried the USA team through now 3 challenges gets a punishment from somebody who's done none of the challenges, has even given points to Team UK, was the first one off the boulder today, and that silly woman has the power and authority to make a decision on me not reading my letter. But nothing from Janice Dickinson surprises anymore. She's a selfish cunt. And I have no problem saying that at all. She's an absolute selfish, the most disloyal person I've ever had the displeasure to meet in my life. She's the most manipulating, sarcastic, passive-aggressive, controlling cretin that I've ever had the misfortune to come across. And I cannot wait until I can walk out that door and never see that woman's face again.
Austin verbally attacked Janice in the bedroom and severely disrupted the house. Big Brother has called him to the diary room.
Austin, Big Brother just wanted to give you a bit of time to collect yourself away from everybody else. Do you want to talk Big Brother through how you're feeling right now?
We all know that I lose my cool. That's why I'm up for eviction. Everybody knows that I can be abrasive. That's why I'm up for eviction. For a grown woman of her years and her experience to sit there and say the things that she said to me, the things that she said to Jenna, you know, she needs to be tied to a post and lashed for the things that she's done.
Austin, Big Brother gets that you're feeling highly charged at the moment. But the reason Big Brother brought you into the diary room is purely so you can calm down a little bit.
I've tried to do nothing but be honest and truthful with everybody in this house. And that's why from the start I wanted to share about my brother and my mom. Because I'm fucking pissed off. I had to bury my brother and then send my mom to prison. I saw my mom for a week before I came to London. And I come back to Huddersfield and see this amazing family that my husband has. And that pisses me off because my family has self-destructed and crumbled from within. And that shit pisses me off. And nobody can seem to realize that what I'm going through, I'm fucking angry. And I'm sad and I'm hurt by all of this. But for some reason, everybody takes her side. Everyone thinks that I'm just a pissed off little 27-year-old kid, and that's not the case. I'm not trying to make excuses for my behavior, but I'm fucking in pain. And no one's stepping up to be by my side except Jenna. I've done everything that I can to not be that person. And I don't want to upset Natasha. I don't want to upset James. I don't want to upset Bobby because I have respect for them.
Austin, Big Brother's totally sure that you can explain yourself to the 3 people you've mentioned. And just so you know, those 3 people are still up.
Please
Big
let
Brother,
me go now. Please let
Austin,
me go now.
Austin, Big Brother is watching. Big Brother is listening. And if you need Big Brother's here.
Thanks.
Yesterday the housemates found out who nominated whom. James shocked the house with his nomination of his best mate, Austin.
Austin is talking to Big Brother about tonight's eviction.
Today's the day that my best mate put me up for eviction, and it feels like shit. I feel betrayed. I feel backstabbed. But, you know, it's in the hands of the British public now. I think Jenna will be the one to leave tonight alongside Janice. I think that people are fed up with Janice. People are tired of her. She is self-absorbed, ignorant. She talks out of her ass, and that's it.